Today's topic is student loan debt. Student loans have been all over the place over the past, 5 years since the pandemic because they went on pause and then they came back on, but then they weren't doing collections. And now
they're doing collections?
Now they're going to start taking their money. We're specifically talking about people who already have student loan debt. Not people who are thinking about getting student loan debt. We're not going to be debating policy. Like, it is what it is. I do want to say we are on a mission to overtake the Godfather, Dave Ramsey.
You were stupid.
We are only 4,000,005 away from overtaking him.
So close.
So please subscribe to the channel. Student loans. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, student loans.
I have a couple step process I want to walk through on this of just what I would recommend, especially if you're struggling. You're like overwhelmed, you're upset, you're not sure what to do. My first step in this is acceptance. This seems silly. This seems a little like recovery speak. This seems a lot of things, but when I see trending TikToks and I see other people talking about this, there's a lot of upset and rage and anger about the system. I'm not even saying that that's misplaced necessarily. I think the system is broken and I think the system needs to be fixed. But if you're the one right now who has the debt, the system is the system.
Yeah.
No amount of being upset about it right now is going to change the system. Now, I do think we should vote. I do think we should advocate for change of the system. But if you're waiting on the system to change, you're going to be waiting a long time, because if and when it gets fixed, it's not going to be fixed in whole. It's going to be fixed in little pieces. It's probably not going to be fixed the way that you want it. And so we just need to accept the system the way that it is and accept our past decisions. Because
I think that's a hard one. That's a hard one for me. The guilt and shame of poor financial decisions.
Yeah. And so maybe you got a liberal arts degree that you can't use for anything functional. Maybe you've changed your mind. I know a lot of people, we live in a town with a Christian university, and a lot of people who have gotten degrees that worthless probably isn't the right term, but they may feel like it's worthless because I do think there is some value in the education and the experience, the relationships that are built, the process that you go through, but they're not doing anything with the actual degree.
Yeah.
The primary reason for acceptance being so important is that when we're not willing to accept something, we don't want to look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We want to avoid it. And when we avoid this, it's only going to get worse. Let's accept it. And then let's be able to look at it in its face and just say,
let's do it.
I made those decisions. The system is the way that it is, but how do I handle it now? So number one is acceptance. Number two, take control. I want us to feel like you have control over this situation and then to do something about it. And so the things that we have control over is our spending. I have a free program on timgosnell.com. I call it the unbudget because with the traditional budget, you're having to track and categorize expenses. It's too much work, and that's why we don't do it. And so the unbudget solves that problem, and it makes it so you don't have to track it and you can just do it. Sign up for the unbudget for free, and that will help you take control of your spending. The other part of the equation is our income. We do need to maximize our income. This is all assuming that you want to get out of debt.
Yeah.
Because maybe you don't. Maybe you're fine with it and you want to live. And I'm not trying to talk you into something otherwise.
Yeah.
Personally for myself, I want to live a life where I don't have those obligations, which makes it so that I can do what I want. I have more flexibility in my life. The less obligations I have, the more cash reserves that I have and the more income I have. When all those line up, then it equals more flexibility. And I want you to have that flexibility too. You just see and hear so many people who are miserable because of their financial decisions, because they're the inverse, right? They have a lot of financial obligations and they're not maximizing their income. So we want to reverse that. There's a couple of things you can do. You can work overtime, you can get side jobs, you can sell stuff. I mean, there's lots of ways to do it. If we take control of our spending and we've locked in our spending is here, then every bit that we can add on top of that can go directly to whatever our goal is, which in this case is paying down student loan debt. So all of that extra can go straight to that, which is awesome. Lastly, I would highly recommend you speaking to someone who is a professional who knows about student loan debt programs. I'm not an expert on student loans, the programs. They change a lot. I remember early on in the pandemic, if everybody heard about the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program and all that. And even the experts didn't know anything, but I surely didn't know anything. So I'm talking to accountants, I'm talking to lawyers, I'm talking to bankers, everyone that's involved to really try to understand it as best as I can. And so I want you to do that too, because this is an area that's changing. And I want you to take full advantage of any program that's there. So if you can get forgiveness based on working in a nonprofit sector and you're working in a nonprofit sector, whatever it is, I want you to be highly aware of it. And I want you to take full advantage of it. A lot of people just avoid the paperwork. Like during...
It's overwhelming.
It is. But that's why we find somebody who's a professional who can walk it through. And if you're married or you have people in your life who are good at this stuff, lean on them. Like I'm good at like asking uncomfortable questions of people, asking for discounts, asking for these different things, right? But I'm not great at paperwork. My wife, Sarah, is really good at paperwork. You just give it to her, it's done. Like it would sit on a pile on my desk for like weeks and weeks, months and months, and she just gets it done. And so if your spouse is like that, the opposite of you, or maybe that's you and your spouse is good at the other part, like divide it up, divide and conquer.
Leverage the people around you. Yeah.
Okay. So those are the major steps that I want you to walk through. Acceptance, and I want you to take control of this, take control of your spending income, and then find out what programs are out there. Thanks for tuning in. Comment below and let us know that you watch it. And bye-bye.